What's up, everybody? Are you ready for a Jubagel post-World Finals discussion video? Oh, hold on, Jubagel. I can't wait, hold on. You didn't go to World Finals, but let's talk about, let's trash them. No, I'm not gonna trash them. Don't worry. And valid point, because I know some people are gonna bring that up. They're gonna be like, yeah, you didn't even go. Alright, Jubagel, don't even, shut your mouth. Valid point though, and I think I really want to go to the next one, because I know I'm like, Kamto's fixed account security, stopped having tournaments, fixed account security, not an esport, but at the same time I'm like I saw what they were doing with this one, and I do think this one actually seemed to be better than the last one. There's some improvements being made, but also like I really want to meet you guys. I really want to like meet the community and stuff like that. So I think like I really want to kind of go to the next one. I don't even care about competing or anything. I just want to hang out with you guys. I think that's the thing that I want like the most. I feel like oh, maybe I should not be such a beehole and go to these, like go to hang out with you guys. Even though I want to strangle Comtuos, I'm like afraid that if I go to one, I'm going to strangle Comtuos. I'm going to fix account security. Why didn't you do this yet? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do this? Give me a frigate too. Why didn't you fix account security? So, I mean, there's a little bit of that. There's a little bit of that, but I think maybe I should actually, like, we'll see about the next one. But maybe I should actually try to go to one of these, because it does. I really wanna meet you guys. So anyway, aside from that, congrats on Tomato for winning the World Finals. Shocking to see the guy sitting at Legend right now, currently, actually won. Like, maybe valid Legend rank, right? So strange. You're telling me he wins in the season, he also won the competition. Solid player, solid runes, number one. But he's been solid though. He's been solid even before in previous seasons. He's been a solid player. Great units, great runes, but also great strategy, great player overall. So congratulations to him for coming away with the win, and great job by everyone else everyone else that went, A+. So there's a couple things. I think that the tournament overall went really well. Went better than the last one. I mean, there's some things like I could critique, right? I don't want to be a beehole, right? But I think overall improvements. The violent proc thing is where I like, you know, violent procs happen, resistance and accuracy happens. We've seen it, but it wasn't as crazy as it could have been. Like, oh, that was like there was some points where it was like, okay, they got really lucky. But it wasn't like as crazy as it could have been if they didn't change the violent proc situation to one violent proc and then that's it. So it was nice for that. Man, I wish there was music. Like there was music for a little bit. I was like, oh, music! Oh my god, it's great. I wish there was some more music in there, like really quiet background music, right? Because it's just like this is just awkward. It's very, and this is uncomfortable, and it's like, ooh, what's going on? But then you add music to it, and it's like, oh, okay, it's good now. Oh, it's more exciting. Like, whew, I was kind of freaking out there for a second. No music. Oh, damn you, Water Monkey. Oh, speaking of Water Monkey, we're gonna get into some buffs too. Because there's, we'll talk about that. Patch incoming. We hope. We'll talk about that. So yeah, overall I think I think there was improvement. The cool thing about it though, which I think was even better, is they had a bunch of other stuff than just the tournament there. Like it was kind of like a mini like baby convention kind of, which leads me to like that, like in the event, like it seemed quiet when the camera was panning around and showing different things. It looked like there was no one there. From the things like, and from pictures that people took in the auditorium, it looked like no one was there. But what you didn't see behind the scenes was that there was a lot of other stuff going on. There was like in the lobby, there was like all these different contests and things like that, and there was cosplayers, And that's why a lot of people weren't like there for necessarily the tournament. They were there to do stuff like, because it was a mini convention. And I think that's a great thing that Comptos should take away from this is, okay, maybe instead of the finals thing, maybe instead of thinking about it as World Finals and then also we got some stuff in the lobby, maybe think of it like, yo, maybe we should do like a little mini Summoners War convention and then have like a competition that happens to be there too. Like, oh, and we have this as part of it. But focus more on like the like the thing. What word am I trying to use? Convention. Oh my god. Like a little mini Summoners War convention. Have people like meet and greets and things like that. And I think that's a cooler thing in my mind, because I know a lot of the community isn't like super hardcore into RTA. They're like, okay, yeah, I'm not pay to win. I like the monsters. I like doing the PvE stuff, but I can't do RTA, so I really don't like it because I don't have these certain monsters. I think the community aspect is cooler. I think the convention aspect is cooler. I think things like that, like being able to meet some of the devs, being able to meet, I mean, like, it might open a can of worms if you're like, hey, let's meet the devs, and then you meet the people that are in charge of, like, the microtransactions, like, yo, you make me spend way too much money on this game. Like, maybe not meet those people, but, like, maybe meet the people that are, like, in charge of, like the artists and things like that, or the people that are in charge of, like some of the programmers or stuff like that. Programmers don't go to conventions. They're like, oh, no, I'm scared of people. I'm scared of people. I know, because I have a degree in that. So I know we're all scared of people. So anyway, but I think it'd be cool to do like a panel, like actually meeting some of the people that developed Summoners War as well. That would be cool. Am I even off topic or am I still on topic? Probably off topic. I'm just reading my notes. I actually wrote notes because I was like, don't get off topic. Don't get off topic. I basically covered everything that I wanted to say. Also, did anyone notice that, like, there was a bunch of the hosting from the other streamers, too. The hosting. Like, there was, like, you notice there's, like, okay, there's, like, 30,000 people watching, then, boom, it goes up to, like, 55,000. It's like, oh, all these people tuned in all of a sudden. No, it was hosted. It was hosted by a few different really, really big, like, some of the biggest Twitch streamers. I don't know if that's the best thing, because then you're dumping, what the hell, how are we dead? You're dumping a bunch of people in there that don't really like the game. I think it's good to pay Twitch streamers for their promotions, like to pay the big Twitch streamers to like play the game on their stream. Like, oh, here, let me play a game that's like, let me introduce something different to you guys. Like, that's great. But just have them like dump off their viewers in a room with no, like, nothing. It's like, ooh, that's asking. And that was where a lot of the spam, a lot of the negativity was from. I think it's a tremendous waste of money. I think that money, and it's a lot of money. I know Comptos is spending a lot of money on that. Like, new BMW's worth of money. Like, a lot of money. There's no shame in having, like, half the viewership of what you like. I know they have to keep up appearances, but there's no shame in having less viewership. It's okay. It's new to the tournament scene, and it's a mobile game. Not everyone's going to be by their computers watching the stream religiously. It's like, okay, well, a lot of us play casually while we're doing other things. We don't really watch Twitch streams and stuff like that. A lot of people are like, okay, busy, and they play Summoners War in the background while they're doing other things, like at work, etc. So it's not gonna have as big of a, and also it's not League of Legends, right? So there's so many different reasons that it's, I mean, naturally just not gonna have crazy amounts of viewership. But there's that, like, that's not a bad thing. Like, it's okay to have less viewers. You don't have to keep up that much. Maybe I'm the only one that feels like this, but you don't have to pay to get hosted. Just have it be a tournament that the people that play Summoners War are enjoying, and then have the other big Twitch streamers play the game to get new players interested in it. And I mean, it's good to actually be on, like, the main Twitch page. Like, hey, maybe you guys might be interested in this tournament. Which they did, they paid for that too. But I just think paying people like Kriparian, Lyric, I'm a Cutie Pie. If you don't know, those are big Twitch streamers. Some of the biggest Twitch streamers. They just paid them to dump a whole bunch of random people that didn't even play Summoners War in the chat, and it was like lots of spam, lots of pay to win, like hate spam, and it got a little crazy. But that's one of the reasons for that. Anyway, I just don't think that's the best. I think that the hashtag thing was great. It was a much better idea. It was a much better idea. Hashtags, developers don't have to pay anything. It's like, okay, we've got the hashtag, we do the hashtag thing, we're trending on social media, we give everyone a Devilmon at the end. I think that was a genius idea. They don't have to spend any money. We as the community, we promote a game that we play, and then we get something for it. And we're not like buying one Twitch streamer a new BMW to spam, like to have all their viewers spam hate messages in chat for a tournament. So I think that's just my opinions on it, my feelings on it. So I mean, you guys are feel free to disagree with me. That's totally fine. But that's just letting you know my opinions. What I did think was great is when they had the Walking Dead creator. Oh, I forget his name. I'm sorry, I forget his name. But when they had the Walking Dead creator talk about doing stuff to expand Summoners War lore, how am I failing at Dragons B10? Can you not do this? Oh my god. It's like as soon as we make a video, it's like, hey, let's fail Dragons B10. Okay, but what was I saying now? What was I saying? Oh, when they were talking about expanding the lore, Chow was like, oh my god, this is so exciting, I love this. Take cues from the community, like that's what players are like really into. Okay, maybe that's a good, maybe continue go. And I mean, I know they did take community cues to like when they decided to do that in the first place. But I just think that that's I think in my mind when I saw that I was like, look how people like pay to win with the RTA, they're like whatever. And then when the Walking Dead thing came on, it's like everyone got like hyped. Everyone in the chat seemed to get hyped, right? That I was watching. Even the ones like there were people hanging out in my chat room that were because I was hosting it on my channel too. I wasn't like streaming. I was just hosting. So if you were in my chat, you could see the com to us. You could see the Summoners War tournament as well. So I know everyone there was like, oh, this is cool too. Like, okay. So I think that's A+, maybe further go down that route. Like, okay, good. We got the thumbs up. That's good. Let's talk about. Just talking way too much now. We're just talking way too much. trying to remember everything I want to say, and I probably didn't say everything. But yeah. Short story long. Good job with the tournament. I want to like probably try to go to one of these though, because I want to hang out with you guys. Monster balancing patch. Now that the tournament is over, I know that's been one of the reasons that we haven't seen. I mean, we're not really seeing a lot of monster balancing patches very quickly, but I know the tournament is over. Look at all those stones, man. Look at all those stones. I know the tournament is over. Now they're like, time to monster balance patch. Here we go. So I don't have any data on a definite date for the monster balancing patch, but expect one soon. Alright? Expect one soon. It has been enough time has passed. They are on a schedule. They do this according to schedule. Expect one soon. What can we hope for? Okay. Let's go Scat Fetus. I don't know if you guys know who. I know some of you guys know who Scat Fetus is. He did a post on the ComToS forums talking about nerfing and buffing and stuff like that. I will leave it in the description. But he's talking about a few units as well. Should I leave this on the screen? Sure, why not? He's talking about nerfing as opposed to buffing, and then he's talking about units that need to be nerfed to save RTA. I think we should think about things like in general in the game. I know a lot of the nerfs and buffs are really PvP oriented, but it's not all about just RTA only. It should be like thinking about like a lot of times the reason people are like, this needs a nerf, this needs a buff, is PvP based. This is crazy strong in PvP, that's why this needs a nerf or buff. There's a lot of different things that work in a lot of different situations in PvE and the dungeons and things like that. That's usually not where people are like, okay, that's fine. This works, that works, that's great. More focused on like, if something is broken in PvP, that's where it really shows if it's broken or not. So let's see. He's saying top 7 units that need to be nerfed to save RTA. Molong. He wrote this before he got a Molong too. And now that I have a Molong, I'm like, I don't want Molong to be... Oh, don't nerf my Molong. Strip stun on the scame skill. He's not even talking about the third skill needing a nerf. He's talking about the second skill, strip stun. It's a 15% chance though. I mean, like, I understand, and it's like he's saying like, oh, that people are like, oh, my Molong doesn't strip or stun anyone. It's not a guaranteed strip stun. It's you get a chance. It's RNG, and it's not even great RNG. It's just RNG. It's a 15% chance. So. Oh, we got a decent one here. Could be decent. Could be decent. Could be decent. But I don't really see, and maybe I'm partial. I know Molong is strong. He's a tank. He's a damage dealer. He's got the HP leader skill. He just one-shot things. And he's got that strip stun. It's just, after using him, I don't think that he's necessarily stupidly unbalanced though. I'm partial though. I don't know if people should listen to me, but because he's one of my favorite units though that I have. I think he's good. I think he's supposed to be good. He's a nat 5. I think he's supposed to be a good monster. So he's saying that that exchange stun for a slow, strip and slow. I mean, with that low of activation though, like, then you'd have to buff the activation, right? Because what do you have, like, maybe probably don't strip, but like we'll strip maybe one person and slow them. Like, that's worse than Shiwu, except that he has a nuke on his third skill. So I don't know. I know that he was picked like all the time in RTA though, in the finals though. So I mean, I can see, I see that he's not perfect. Like, he looks perfect from the outside, but he's got disadvantages. Like, it's not a guaranteed strip stun. So maybe lower the activation rate if they think it's too much. But I mean, strip to slow, that's just, I wouldn't be able to use that in arena offense then, because I use him in arena offense too. So, I just really, to not, I don't know. It's 15% activation, so that's just why I don't see him being so broken. Hathor, okay. Hathor, the new Tableau, he says, because Tableau got, also he said, why did you nerf, what did he say? Nerf feedback. He's like, you nerfed Iris too much, but you said to nerf Iris. Okay. Anyway, Hathor, very, very strong. Definitely very, very strong. And resistance leader skill. She's really, really great in RTA. I don't think she's good just because of Ganymede. I think a lot of people use her without Ganymede. Very, very strong. 2.75 turned on out. Yeah, very, very strong. In TOA and RTA, both very, very strong. You do still need the strip though, but she's got her second skill too. She's stupidly OP. I'm surprised there weren't more Hathors in the finals though. I'm surprised. But because I think she's really, I think she's stronger than even the 8 showed in the finals. Like, we saw things like Ethna. I'm like, Ethna is good, right? Ethna can be useful, but I feel like Hathor's, well, I mean, sometimes people just don't have them, right? Sometimes people are like, I have Ethna, I don't have Hathor. But I could see Hathor maybe getting, it is only a sleep, but maybe getting, you have to be careful where you, like, who you bring with her though. I could kind of see that though. I don't think they're gonna really nerf monsters though. Ganymede's really strong. So Solution, third skill. His proposed solutions, like these are his proposed solutions. Third skill, no longer AoE, reduces attack bar. Would still be a strong unit, wouldn't be OP. I have another solution. Maybe nerf his base speed. I love his base speed, don't get me wrong. But like, if he's too strong, maybe that could be another proposed solution, so we don't have to be like, oh, change everything. Like, nerf his base speed to be like, or his awakening. When his awakening, on his awakening he gets speed. I'm positive on his awakening he gets speed, right? Let me go check mine real quick. Alright, let's go see. I'm pretty sure his awakening is speed, though. Yeah, attack speed. So, I think maybe another proposed solution would be his awakening doing something else instead of speed. I think that might be a fair compromise, maybe. Without people being like, oh my god, you nerfed Ganymede, he's crap now. Because they had to buff Ganymede, because he wasn't that great before. So, like, buffing and then nerfing again, because... anyway, nerf Light Dark, Ragdoll. Ragdoll is strong. I think Ragdoll should be strong. I hate going up against Ragdoll, but I think Ragdoll should be strong. I think Light Dark Nat 5 should be strong. Light Chasun. Yen Hong. I think his proposed solution is actually pretty good. I could see... I think that's probably the best solution is... Does not increase attack gauge for herself. Now, because she is... It's basically a 2-turn third skill. Which is crazy to think of. Like, crazy powerful third skill. And it's 2 turns. Ridiculous. Good solution. Gianna. Strip. Does not... His solution... Guys, strip stun. Crazy powerful skill. Again... I mean, that's the one, if you're talking about, like, Gianna versus Molong, Molong is a 15% chance. Gianna's like, hey, I'm gonna strip stun. Okay? She's like, that's what I'm doing. Slows, if you want to stun, must build a spare. Maybe lower the activation rate a little bit. But, I mean, Gianna should be strong, though. That's the thing. I feel that Light Dark Nat 5 should be slightly stronger than regular Nat 5s. Just in general. We have Light Panda, Strip Stun on the same skill. I still think that... it's a low activation rate. I think that's the thing. Samoth needs a nerf. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, that's my thoughts on what he put. I'm gonna post the link in the description. But I think, like, he is coming from a place where he's got a point. Maybe I should have kept that. Nah. He's coming from a place where he's got a point. I just think the activation rates on some of them... Like, not to nerf them so much that it breaks them so that people are pissed off. They're like, I spent all this money trying to get this monster, now I got this monster, now it's crap. Small tweaks, which I think Comtos has been doing. They did with the, they did that with, like, the Rakan. They're like, okay, let's just let's tweak him a little bit, give him less damage on his counterattack. So I think that's better than going crazy, and being like, nope, taking that skill away completely. So, anyway, so we've got those, and what else? I know, okay, let's talk about the ones that you really think need to be... I mean, Samoth. So strong. So, I think Samoth compared to Vanessa, I've said this before, Samoth compared to Vanessa, Samoth compared to Daphnis, really, like, this just not balanced. It's just not balanced. And I could definitely see, I think Foi, I think we got, if we see a Vanessa buff in this patch, we gotta all pat Foi on the back. We gotta be like, good job. Everyone donate to Foi's stream. Everyone that has Vanessa donate to Foi's stream. Donate $1 to Foi's stream. Be like, good job, Foi. Because he like threw Vanessa under the bus at the finals. He was like, oh, Vanessa's she's just not good. I don't remember what his exact words were, but he was like, just not good. So... I would not be surprised to see a Vanessa. I mean, like, after he just, like, threw her under the bus at the finals, it would be very likely to see, and thank you, Foi. I have Vanessa. Thank you, Foi. It'd be very likely to see. I don't think that's the reason that they're going to do it. I think that's because so many people want a Vanessa buff, and then I think that was maybe, like, the tipping, maybe contributed to the tipping point. All right? Just since there's like 50,000 people watching. So you could. I think it would not be crazy to see a Vanessa buff in this next balancing patch. I could see that being actually a thing now. Daphnis, we'll see. I was also thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? If they buffed Daphnis's stats, if they buffed his speed, if they buffed, let's take a look at Daphnis's stats. Because I know people are like, oh, give him a different third skill. What if they gave him like Ganymede stats instead of changing his instead of changing his skills? If they gave just the base stats, better speed, better HP. Let's take a look after this dungeon run, because I think that could be. I don't know if that's what they're gonna do. I'm just saying, like, I think that could be a decent maybe solution. So let's take a look at. Let's take a look. Actually, let me take my Daphnis. Hold on, let me take my Daphnis out of storage first. Great, lols. Alright, Daphnis, where are you? Where are you, Daphnis? I gotta remember that they're at the top. Okay, so Daphnis is he's got runes, but he's not really runed for anything. So, Daphnis, no Devilmons, I wonder why. 9885 HP, 98 speed. We look at Ganymede, and he's got, I mean, not a lot more HP, but a lot more speed. What is his awakening? What is Daphnis' awakening? Increase accuracy? His third skill doesn't even benefit from accuracy, though. So, maybe balancing to give him more speed. Crit rate on, well, you would have to give, like, what about that? What about giving him more HP? Making him, like, significantly more tanky. And giving him Ganymede's awakening instead. Or giving him Samat's leader skill. Switching leader skills. I mean, then you piss off Samath owners, though. Then you really piss off Samath owners. Then, like, F that. F that. And then you see Daphnis everywhere instead of Samath. I mean, that would be a thing. I don't think they could really do that. But I mean, I've said this before. I think that could be a thing. What else? The community wants it. The community wants a Daphnis buff of some kind. So I was thinking maybe better base speed and base HP, like awakening into speed, or something like that. So anyway, what else? We have these new paladins. I could see these paladins getting a buff. I think they brought them out a little bit on the weak side to see. I think the dark one seems to be good. Everyone loves the dark one. But I think that we can see a paladin buff coming. I wouldn't be too surprised. They did that with the unicorns. They brought them out, and then like the next time they were like, okay, let's give them a buff. We brought them out, like we wanted to make sure they weren't broken when they came out, and we give them a little buff and see how people like them after that. I know some people are like, oh, nerf, not nerf, but buff some of the unicorns. Again, some people saying that that some of the unicorns need buffs. We did see in the finals, we did see Diana being used a lot. Not a lot. We did see her being used some, though. So I really can't say. Like, if you're seeing some of the best players in the game in RTA using a monster, you can't say, like, it's broken, it's crap, you can't use it anywhere. Clearly, they're using it and doing well. So, argument invalid there, right? So we see Diana, but we've been saying this though for a while, that Diana is not bad. Just you got to get used to her. Water one is crazy good. Fire one maybe I could see the fire one maybe getting a little buff. Maybe a little bit. All right, guys. What do you think needs to be buffed a little bit? What do you think? I know you're gonna be like, buff all the monsters that I have. Buff all the monsters that I have. I know some people also. This Han. I know you expect me to say, like, oh, Han needs a buff. I think Han, like, look at his base HP. His base HP is great. I think that Han is kind, and he's got this kind of like Diana. I think if we saw more high-level players with him, we would see more, like, we would see less of him like, oh, he needs a buff, because it'd be like, oh, maybe I just don't. He needs great runes, though. That's the thing. He needs great runes to shine. but I think he's definitely usable. I don't think he's a bad monster. I'm not disappointed in getting him at all. I know some people are like, oh, are you disappointed? No, I think that there's more monsters, honestly. I think that there's monsters that need a buff more than he does. So, for sure. I mean, he's not super broken OP like Gianna and like, you know, super strong like some of the other light dark nat 5s, but he's not unusable. I think the biggest thing is like people are like, "Oh, he's not broken OP, so he needs a buff." No. But anyway, I could see some units being buffed. I would like to see some of the maybe revivers having some more something. I don't know, because we're not really in a revive meta. Anyway. Again, going back to Vanessa. I think Vanessa's the one that needs Vanessa and some of these paladins. Maybe Fire Unicorn, I think need a buff the most. Anyway, guys, what do you think needs a buff? What do you hope gets a buff? I could see this patch coming out very soon. I think definitely. I mean, I knew they weren't going to do it before the World Finals. They're not going to be like, hey, we have the finals coming up in a couple days. Here's a balancing patch. Not going to happen. So now that the finals are out of the way, I would not be surprised to see a balancing patch very soon. So, what do you guys think? I said this 500 times already. What do you guys think needs to be buffed or nerfed? Leave it in the comments below, and then I will painstakingly read through them and be like, oh, Jew Bagel, you ugly. Oh, no, so mean, so savage. Jew Bagel, you talk too much, bitch. Oh, so mean. Oh, my goodness. Alright, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't be surprised if you see... Don't be surprised, foreshadowing, don't be surprised if you see monster balancing patch soon, and some of the monsters that people are asking to get buffed. Hopefully, will get buffed. We'll see. Alright, guys. That's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you as always in the next one.